my goodness, have you heard?
Oh dear, what, Penelope, what?
Oh, it's been terrible. The whole things that's been going on with King Looney.
Yeah, I know, it's been crazy, that poor guy.
Well, don't you know who's been doing it?
Well, I think so. Isn't it that cat? I don't even know his name. What's the cat's name?
Oh, it's Skabobkers, that terrible cat. He's been doing so many tricks on that mean guy. He's just been so mean, and I can't believe it. He is just a rascal if ever I've seen one. Do you know?
Oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. What do we do about this? This is terrible. I mean, we should probably tell him or something.
Oh, I don't know if I can do that. You know, it's been terrible. But who's coming?
Hey, Lammy.
Oh,
Hi,
hey!
Penelope. What are you doing?
Oh, dear. Oh, yes. Well, we've just been chatting over here, just chatting a little bit. Yes, that's it.
I don't know. You're not really looking me in the eyes.
Well.
What's going on, you two?
Oh, dear. Oh, look at the time. I think I have to go and spruce up my style or something, yes. I think I was going to meet up with McGrath, yes. So, nice seeing you, Mary. I'm just going to go toodaloos now. Maybe we can have some tea or something later on, okay?
Bye, Penelope.
Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Oh,
Lammy.
Yes?
Lammy, what's going on? Like
What do
you
you
were
mean?
talking. What were you talking about?
Well, gee, Mary, I mean, we were just talking about this cat. Have you seen this cat around? He is so mean. I tell you, his name is Skabobkers, apparently. With a name like that, I mean, really.
But Lammy.
Yeah?
Lammy, what were you saying about Skabobkers?
Well, I was just saying things that he was being mean to King Looney, and we just don't really want to be his friend, and we want to just kind of we're just talking about him because he's so mean.
That makes me sad, Lammy.
Oh, it does?
But do you think that Skabobkers knows that people think he's mean?
Well, I mean, he did tell the king to go into a whole pool full of Jell-O for Pete's sake. I mean, come on. That's like really... He plays tricks, and he was in that play with me, and he beat me up, you know?
No,
I know
Lammy,
it's a play, but he was
Lammy,
still, he liked
Lammy,
it. He liked
Lammy,
beating me
Lammy.
up. What?
Lammy,
Yes?
I think you're not thinking about what's coming out of your mouth, Lammy. You're not taming your tongue.
That song?
That
What
tongue.
does it mean? How do I change? What does this mean? You're speaking gibberish to me, Mary. I
Listen.
don't understand.
Hang on. You know what? I think I have a great way to help you understand this, Lammy. When I was in here the other day,
Yes? You like,
I
is this your place? Very
I
nice.
saw some stuff in here that I think will help
Oh!
me. Look
Yes.
Let me help you understand this, Lammy.
Talk to me, lady.
So, you know I love the water.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
to sail. And guess
Oh.
what? Ships help us learn about the importance of where you're going. Ships have these little things called rudders.
Yeah.
Can you see them?
Yeah, they're really small.
And they're tiny.
Teensy weensy.
But you know what? They guide the ship. They help
What?
the ship get to where it's going.
No way. Just
It-
that little piece of the whole big ship. I mean, the ship is. Look at it.
It's
big.
huge. I know. And the rudder is tiny, tiny.
So what?
All right.
Okay. I
hang
don't
on.
understand. We're talking about tongues. We're talking about ships.
All right. Listen,
My brain is hurting.
Let me give you another example.
Okay.
What about this?
Yes.
Do you know horses,
Ah!
Lammy?
Wow. They're kind of
These,
scary.
these are wild horses.
Ah!
They would be scary.
Wild horses.
Can't keep them
don't-
away, can you?
I know, but,
But-
it's.
Listen,
Yes,
Lammy.
what?
Wild horses. You would have so much fun if you could ride them. But before,
yeah, I guess
guess
so.
what you have to do? You have to tame them. And do you know
That has
how
something
to?
to do with their tongues?
It does actually, because you put this tiny little rod in their mouth,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
helps them be guided.
Oh, yeah, I think I've seen that on the farm, you know, the horses, and they have these big bits in their mouth. And
It's
they
a
ride
bit,
'em.
that's
Giddy up,
right.
giddy up, giddy up. Woohoo! Ride 'em, cowboy.
All right,
Yes.
Lammy, are you
Okay.
listening to me really?
Well, I'm trying to understand how this all fits with the tongue.
Here's what
This
I'm
is a
going to
horse,
tell you.
there was a boat.
I'm going to tell you. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
All right. So look at this.
Ah!
What does that look like, Lammy?
That was a little. Ah! What is going on?
What does it look like?
It's a big fire.
It's a big fire,
That's
but
not
guess
good.
what? Guess what?
What?
It started from this little teeny tiny match.
Oh,
but look
goodness. Oh, goodness.
it's this
Yeah.
whole thing ablaze.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my
And
goodness.
this is really going to help you understand the tongue, because look at, if I knew that this little thing
Yes.
could cause this
Okay.
huge fire,
Yes.
what would I do? I could just go and blow it out.
Oh, that's right.
right?
Like that?
Just blow it out.
Okay.
Just like that.
Wow. So so we're talking about horse and his bits, and we're talking about rudder and a ship. And now we have a fire or no fire with a little match. So tell me,
How this connects.
my tongue.
So,
what does it have to do with that?
see how big you are, Lammy?
Well, I'm not that big, but yeah, I
Okay,
can
see
I
how
can-
big I am, Lammy? And we
yeah.
both have tongues.
Huh.
And if we can tame our tongue,
Okay.
or just, it helps guide the words that come out of our mouth.
Oh, so
So-
kind of what's inside or what a direction we go is based off our tongue?
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, that's kind of a big, huge thing. That's
It
kind
is a
of scary.
big,
Just like
huge-
that fire is scary.
But
It's kind of scary what can happen with my mouth and my tongue.
exactly, if you don't go and blow it out, control it, and you just say whatever comes to your mind, people can get hurt. Feelings can get hurt.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Do you remember, Lammy, have you ever heard the thing, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt
That's
me?
Right, that's right. That's
So
right.
wrong.
Oh, it's wrong?
Yes, because when you were just in here talking to Penelope,
Yeah.
and
She
you
was
were
just talking
saying
with me.
naughty things about skabobkers,
Right.
what if he walked by and heard you?
Oh.
That would make him really sad.
Well, I don't really want to hurt his feelings, Mary.
No.
But how do I do it? Like what he does? He was mean, and he's mean to us on the farm, and I don't know what to do about. What do we do?
You know what,
How do we
Lammy?
talk to him?
So, I love that you asked that question. Sometimes when people are mean to other people, it's because maybe they don't have friends
Oh.
or nobody talks to them. And maybe he's just trying to get someone's attention. Like he was yelling things at King Louis because he wanted to play with King Louis, but he didn't know how to do it.
Oh.
So have you ever thought about maybe just going and talking to skabobkers?
Well, okay. If I talk to him, Mary,
Yeah.
tell me what would you say if you knew that he hurt someone you like King Louis? What would you tell him?
Well, I would kind of go nicely to him and say, skabobkers, can I just talk to you for a minute?
Can I just talk to you? Okay.
Yep. And then maybe
what?
I would take a treat with me, something that I thought he would like, and
A
just
cat
say
treat?
a cat treat.
Oh,
yes.
I think they like tuna or something, right?
like catnip.
Goldfish? Oh,
Yeah, catnip.
Okay.
And I would sit down and say, hey, you seem like a pretty nice cat to me. I'd like to be your friend, but I don't want to be your friend if you're going to be mean to me,
Oh.
like you were mean to King Louis.
Right. So we can just kind of talk to him and say, this is how we feel, and we really want to be kind to you, but here's just how we play or what we want to do.
Yeah.
And can you join us, or what do you like to do?
Invite him to come and do it with you. Get
Yeah,
Penelope,
okay.
and maybe the two of you could be his friend, and you could play together and talk together. And I bet if you're nice to him, you will see that he will be different.
And it's all because of what we say?
It's all because of what we say.
Wow. Who knew that words were so powerful?
So powerful.
Kind of scary, just like that picture, right? So a little spark can go crazy. Well,
Right?
Miss Mary, do you have a little lamb? Mary had a little lamb.
You know,
You know?
my lamb was so cute, but she ran off, and I
Oh,
haven't
dear.
seen her in
Oh,
a
my.
long time.
Well, hey, I'll be your little lamb.
You can be my
Oh,
little
thank you,
lamb,
thank
Lammy.
you, thank you.
Lammy, you're as sweet as can be.
Aw, well,
I-
thanks for helping me through this. And will you come with me? Can you help me talk to skabobkers and see
I
what we
would
can
be
do?
happy
'Cause I
to
think
help you
oh,
talk to
Thank
skabobkers.
you, Miss Mary. You're the best. You're the best. All right,
Let's go.
Let's go.
Come on.
Hey there, kids. I'm so glad to be back with you. Wasn't that crazy? Lammy and Penelope were just having such a time, weren't they? They were talking about poor little skabobkers. You know, he was being a little bit of a mean guy, right? But here's the thing. When we start having problems with people, sometimes what we do, instead of going to them, we talk about them. And so what happens? It's our tongue. It can get us into so much trouble, can't it? I mean, not only can we do things like gossip, but then there's things like lying, when we don't tell the truth. There are things when we just say mean things to a person and we're just so angry about it. We've been talking so much about wisdom with anger and with all these different things that it's amazing that one of the biggest things to know about wisdom is how to use your tongue. So we had talked last time about different passages in the Bible, different books in the Bible. One was Proverbs, and the other is called James, another great wisdom book. And in that book, we have that exact thing. It talks all about how do we tame our tongue. And the whole idea is that it's a small part of the body, but it can change the course of our direction, can it? It is so crazy. Here, I actually have another verse that we can look at today that actually comes from the book of Psalms. So we think about our tongue, we think about it in terms of like the horse and how a little bit can direct him. A ship with a little rudder moves a whole different direction. So when we think about our tongue and what we say, it can change everything. So when we are in a situation, we're talking to a friend, what do we say? That's the choice we have to make, and that's when we need to think about wisdom. So in Psalms it says, "May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer." That's what it's all about. If we stop and think and pray, what would the Holy Spirit have me do or say? That will help us in those moments when we want to say something and it may be just this thing that we really, really, really feel like we should say. That's when we should stop, think, and pray. What would the Holy Spirit have us do and say? So say this with me. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, Lord, my rock and my redeemer. Thanks for being with us. Hey, one more thing before I go. In just a few weeks, we have an awesome opportunity. It's going to be so exciting. It is Shape Adventure Week. And it is going to be all virtual, which means it'll be on videos like this coming to your house. And I hope that in July 20th to the 24th or August, the first week of August, that you can be part of it. It'll be so much fun. And I'm just excited to see that we're going to have friends like Lammy coming back and explaining so many fun adventures about Moses and the wilderness and all the crazy things that happened. So I hope you can join us, and I'll see you then.